Deniz comes up with a new idea for an issue like every day.
Yeah. I love it. I just feel like something I talk about a lot, at least with my friends, is the difference between like a story and a story engine, and something that I've been searching for. You know, if you're doing an ongoing book, what you're looking for are, you want to tell stories, of course, but like you also really want to find story engines. And story engine I define as something that it's like a space to allow other stories, like, you know, having mutants is kind of a story engine. Like it's not really a story in and of itself, but it allows other stories to be told. Or, you know, Swamp Thing turning out to be a plant that thinks it's a man instead of a man that has become merged with plants. That's a story engine there. And so it implies other stories. Batman is a story engine, right? Like all the superheroes are story engines. An alien rocketed to Earth from a dying planet and gets superpowers. And so with this, I didn't really go in with the idea of the time breaking down as my first thing. What I really wanted to do was create a story engine, a powerful story engine that I thought would allow me to tell a lot of different stories and a lot of different kinds of stories. And so this is, I think, one of the best I've ever come up with, in the sense that I'm inspired by it. I find that, as Eric said, I'm constantly coming up with new, interesting to me anyway, ideas for stories that we could do, and just getting super excited about them, and how we can play with the form, and how we can also talk about stuff that's real and important to us and to the world, I think.
Oh, and you're constantly keeping things exciting for me as you jump into our chat and explain your new idea and explain how you're cracking the code on the next issue.
Yeah.
Because it is a long process. You start with the idea, but then it's just sort of, there's a long process of just cracking the code on how we're going to pull this off.
Yeah, and how to tell the story and how to make that a part of the story. It's easy enough to I mean, it's not easy enough. Like, look, I spent a lot of time thinking about the story too, but then there's the added challenge of, well, is there a way we can tell this story that hasn't been told before, that uses the technology of the comic book in a new and interesting way? And I don't know if every issue of the series will have something totally mind-blowing, but certainly a lot of them will, and I'm really proud of that. And it's difficult for both of us, I know, but
but endlessly exciting.
But endlessly
even
exciting.
On the tough days.
Yeah, exactly. It's good frustrating somehow, because it's not dumb work. You know, it's not work that in the end you're proud of.